As I spoke about in the last video, I'm going to pray over this place, over this environment where I am. It's beautiful. In the natural, it's beautiful. In the spiritual, this place is very dirty. In the natural, it's a beautiful place, as the earth is. In the nature, it's a very beautiful place. But spiritually, there's a lot of monsters and dirt and creatures. This is a park, as you can see in the distance. And that is why a lot of witchcraft comes here, because they know the essence of children gets left behind here, and therefore it is easy for them to come here to feed on those souls, those innocent souls, which is what the devil does. Feeds on the innocent. Feeds on the innocent. So we're going to pray. Erembers er cabro ongle de geradur carkid bosinda. Kangle bro olagindori da jila kolaglax bro ingle do zengle. Are there someone with a blood problem? I don't know what it's like low blood sugar. Low blood sugar. You have low blood, and ezaro non globlo jegler to ir dozar to ble ele gomble. Let me just restore your. Okay, it's not even necessary for me to do that. It's not even necessary for me to do this. I'll leave that for now. But the Lord can see you. Shalamongla gile kalogombra gizera golakable is zero. Kulibero ko zengle do ko blogleshki angle glo blongle zingle gla alla bloglongle shikarka blo. Oh, I've never prayed these tongues before, by the way. Mingle ko bla argediengle glo shingle gla kabro ora, which means God has imparted into me a spirit specific, and that is how God's weapons work. Specific for the spirit that you're dealing with, because He knows exactly. That's why you need the Spirit. He knows exactly what you're fighting and how to win the battle. That is why you need God. Even when you pray in the Spirit, you need to access God first to say, what does He want me to do? Mere gongle ganglo digiglalo glode gebere engle do dengli do gobra ale goblo ongle do roshke alle break engle do gobra ai. Even though this is a new tongue, it's easy for me to flow in it because I know how tongues operate. You just let them pull you. So even if I don't necessarily know or have not learned it before fully, and maybe don't even in this moment have the ability to interpret it, it doesn't mean I don't know how to work it. God teaches you on the job. God teaches you on the job. El monglo ida inglo bre ingli gla alar ko bro loglon shengle inglar ko bro ingleo glokle ingle bra aye. Mengle zi ingle glegombre ilangle jingle bre olebre elegender gongle glingle bla argemble elegombra iza arkebridi. Pert bro ombre erezo. Pert peredonder ezro. Erindoro erimandre ze ero erdobre dia. The person in that particular direction is the spirit that was being targeted. And he has just left this environment now, where I was. That's why I moved the camera from this direction, because he was sitting in that side. He's got a particular spirit in him. Obviously, in the nature, he's just a man, so you wouldn't know what it is. But inside of him is a spirit that is moving him around. And only discernment can catch that, because spirits, when they're inside men, when they're inside presidents, when they're inside world leaders, you wouldn't know it because, well, even this tree that is before me right now has a particular spirit on it. But again, in the nature, it is just a tree. And if you were seen to be seen praying for this tree or against this tree, it would be foolish. But again, spiritual things are spiritually discerned. So we know that we don't look with the outer as to the things which are, but we look with the inner eye, the spiritual eye, to see the things which are not, but are affecting everything. Because we know that the world was created in the spirit first, which means you need to encounter everything in the spirit first. That was my prayer for this particular place, for this particular spirit. Mazondre izor tar kembro tezora. You need to do this for your household as well. It is just a house in the natural, but we know that every house houses certain spirits. There are spirits moving in and around. The spirits. I'm hearing like an echo now for some reason. There's someone who hears voices. It sounds like echoes in your head or in your mind. Like you say one thing and something else echoes back. That is very strange. That, and I used to hear that as well. Okay, it's your belief. There's something you used to believe in that you have come out from, but that thing still speaks to you. I don't know what. I assume you're either into magic or into witchcraft, and the spirits that you operated with used to speak to you, and now that you've been raised from the dead, they want to bring you back to the grave. Because if you're born again, you've been raised from the dead. If you're in witchcraft and all those other things, you're in the grave. There's a place where they speak to you from the grave, from your death. So if you're born again, you're spiritually alive, and these spirits are trying to bring you back to the grave. So you need to continue to pray until you can hear God's voice, discern God's voice higher than the voice of those demons and those witches and those spirits that you used to speak to. So you need to be in a place of deep meditation. I know you practiced deep meditation in your previous life, if I can call it previous life, because your life prior to being born again was different. But the meditation now will be focusing on God and His Spirit. And then that will be the anchor for you to break away from those things that want to take you back. So believe that God is with you regardless of what's happening, and allow Him to strengthen you, to lead you and to guide you, and you'll be okay. Blessed.